Good evening, folks. Hope everyone had a good weekend. We're out here again at Amber Lake, do a little bit of light carp fishing. Be a moderately short stream tonight. Got a bit of a headache, so I don't want to keep the headset on for too late here. But gonna do a little bit of fishing here and also talk about a new in-game chat channel. How's it going, Canadian? I know a lot of you viewers are coming from M-Dog's chat, and due to some moderation issues with people being problematic on his chat channels, he's going to be eliminating those. So I have established a new chat channel that us viewers can hang out in and get announcements for streams and discuss things, and I'll share that here in just a few moments. Still working on some pre-recording some videos for your trip, Canadian. I'll put this in the chat periodically as people roll in, but the channel I have established in game, you can search for Cred Chat there and be able to find that, so we can use that to keep in touch once M-Dog's channels get removed, which sounds like he's going to be removing in the next 24 hours. So be a heads up on that. Missed a fish there. It's all right. Got a variety of bait on all these to see what's active. First fish of the night is a little common carp. Hey, gamer. Yeah, it was a sad carp there. I just mentioned, in case you missed it, I have a, I've established a new chat channel for us to keep up with that since his is going away. If you search for Cred Chat, I'll put in the Twitch chat again here. You can find the channel. I should be able to find the channel I created. If you have any trouble finding it, let me know. I haven't created one in the past, so I think I did everything right. But that'll give us a place to continue keeping in touch, getting stream announcements, share fishing spots, all that good stuff. Certainly understand M-Dog's reasons for what he did, what he's doing, but it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good people on those chats that are going to suddenly lose touch. But for now, I'll have this Cred Chat set up, and if anybody comes across like a really good global chat out there that's not M-Dogs that people like to use, let me know and I can try join on there. Yeah, I don't know. Like I've every now and then I've been on where I'd see some people being moderately inappropriate. The harassment or bullying stuff, I never personally witnessed it, but I know I have heard people complain about it, so it is what it is. I hear you, Canadian. Well, if you create one and ever wants to migrate to that, like I'm more than happy to send everybody that direction. I just kind of want to find another in-game chat that we can all keep in contact with each other on. So whether it's one of your guys's, if there's another global or one that I create, I'm happy to oblige whichever most people are into. Yeah, it is what it is, and I know also with I think M-Dog professionally is in like counseling and stuff like that, so I know he's going to be a lot more keen to things that some people may not see as bullying, but it's just his profession. He's going to be a lot more sensitive to seeing those kind of things. So I don't blame him for it. It's his channel to do with. We've got a big bream here. Do what he's got to do with. We just got to find our own new place to keep in touch. Hey, we got a telescopic task out of that. He's a little 2 kilo bream. The worst part, though, I think, is that there's not a way for us to like like we're chatting here about getting a new thing set up, but there's hundreds of users across those channels, and I'm sure a lot of them don't keep up with the Discord, so they may hop on all of a sudden and have no idea how to get in touch with people they're used to chatting with on in game. But yeah, just let me know if for now I'll push the little cred chat that I created. But if you get one created that people want to migrate to, just let me know and I'll advertise that if you want, and we can make our way there. A little common carp here, a little over 2 kilo. At least the bite rate's decent tonight, better than it's been the last couple days. Yeah, I certainly understand that. So like I said, I'm more than happy to join yours or anything like that, because I generally just want to keep a way to keep people in touch so they can hear about the announcements and whatnot. So I will go wherever the winds take us. Pickles and tea. Oh, that time. All right. So as last time, I don't have any tea brewed up right now. Do you want me to pause the stream and go brew it, or do you want to wait till it's advertisement time and brew it while the ads are going? So we got another common carp here. Ooh, not bad. Almost 5 kilo. Pulling in some decent XP tonight, at least. Okay, yeah, we'll wait till it's time to run the advertisement. That way we can pause the stream for the ads, anyways, and I can brew it up. Take a couple minutes. Didn't have any brewed tonight because it is toasty today. Had a bunch of random rain showers over the weekend, combined with just the general heat, so it's getting steamed. We'll get those tea and pickles in about a little under. Let's see, we got a little under 50 minutes before it's time for the ad break, and we'll brew it up. Or I might just, since I'll have to relog eventually for another happy hour, I can do it even a little bit prematurely for that, and do it that way, doing like 30 minutes or so. But I guess we can still also stay in touch with MDog's Discord. Doesn't seem like he's got any plans to send that anywhere. I almost wonder, so I noticed when I created that chat channel, there's an option to make it private. I don't know exactly what that entails. I assume it means that you have to set up a password and people need a password to join it. I almost wonder if maybe MDog's solution should have been to create the channel as private, and then that way he can sort of gate entry to it and then let people in that he's kind of vetted for it. All right, got another non-common carp here. What do we got? We'll get in my net. Ah, a little mirror carp, not too shabby. Definitely a better bite rate than we've had the last couple times. Now if we can get another one of those linear ghost carp with all their amazing XP. No skill gains yet, though, despite all the fish we're catching. Looks like that that bream that I caught on telescopic was actually a water body record. Let's take a look at that. Guess we'll go to here. Can we have to select the region first of this or not? Yep, because I might set the region. There we go. Third biggest out here for the US region. Not too shabby. Always nice to see those water body records. Yeah, I did notice that. It's you have to create one every time. That the problem with that, and this isn't on him. This is on the RF4 chat system is that, like, as far as I know, there's not a way to like save chat channels. You just have to like join a new one every time. I wish that you could save like some favorites where you can select in the drop down to just select one of your favorites and do that. Because that'd be the biggest pain of if he wants to go that route and start a new channel every time he streams. People have to leave their current channel, join that, then leave it again and join again. Hey, Cappy, how's it going? We've been talking about our plans for in-game chat channel future. Hey, a bottom fishing game, and I'm doing well. Just roasting in the humid heat right now. But yeah, when what we're talking about is Canadians probably going to be creating an in-game chat channel once MDog's chat channels go away, and with Canadians' permission. I don't want to advertise without his permission, but I'll advertise it on whenever that happens on the stream, so we can all sort of migrate to that, so we can have a place where we can all still stay in touch and keep up with stream and video announcements and hotspots and stuff like that. All right, appreciate it, Canadian. And just let me, I guess, shoot me an in-game message once you get it, once it's set up, and I'll let everybody know on the subsequent stream. And speaking of competitions, as far as the float competition, I will plan on putting that together for probably mid to late this coming week. And I think I'm going to do winding rivulet just so it's more accessible to everybody, since Tversky does have a level requirement. If I go with winding, it means anybody that wants to join can hop right in. We'll do it as a float competition for most fish, or highest total kilos of fish. I'm gonna go visit all the logging territories up there, find the moose. Yeah, did you think you did pretty well on that, Cappy? No, that was one you were looking forward to participating in this weekend. Very nice. Hope you catch some good fish. Don't let any drag you into the water. Guess the carp are getting ready for nighttime here. Bite rate's still down a bit. That's not too bad. So was it? I can't remember. Was it a total weight caught, or was it a largest fish tournament? Oh, missed that one. Pulled up too soon. Got a little bit of a fighter on here. Total weight of 3 best fish. Gotcha. Well, hopefully you got high enough of a place to win a reward. Hey, common ghost carp. Ah, that's what I like to see. Some sweet, sweet experience points. Making pretty good progress all the way already in level 27 here. I'll be unlocking the archipelago. Wait, did I already unlock the archipelago? Yeah, I did. So I'll be unlocking Actuba before we know it. I am loving the Falcon. It's been great for catching fish. Sadly, I haven't managed to get anything on there that's over like 10 kilo yet, but the ease of pulling them up is fantastic. I'm still on the fence about whether I want to purchase another Falcon next, or if I want to upgrade my 2 ultralight rods first. It's the main argument I have for going with the ultralights first is that, just as I'm doing right here, what I would need the Falcon for, I've got two bottom rods that can do that already. Whereas if I'm wanting to do specifically like ultralight stuff for XP farming, I could really use that extra kilo and a half buffer for when a larger fish hits on to not lose the hook. So it's a tough choice. I haven't committed to the decision yet. I'm just back over 1,000 silver, so I've got a ways to go before I need to worry about either option. But definitely some pros and cons to each. Darn, thought that one was hooked on there for sure. Just keeping that thing underwater for a while. Ah. Bream trophies are nice though. Okay, that's where I stand on my next rod selection, because the Falcon was like the Falcon plus line for it was, I think, total like 3,700 silver. The ultralight upgrade I could do would be each rod is only about 1,400 silver, so it end up costing me like 1,000 less silver total. I could almost get 3 of them for the price of one Falcon, and it would give me the option to have a little more safety if I am ultralight fishing the stuff I usually ultralight fish for, and would let me try to fish for some slightly larger fish on the ultralight for XP gain. At the same time, getting carp here is such good XP that it's a toss-up. I think what'll probably make the determination is if I see that the Falcon works well at like Ladoga Lake or the Archipelago, for example, and I can go after some other species that the bottom rods may not be able to go after as well. If that's the case, then I'll probably get a second Falcon first. Got something nibbling on there. It's hard to tell at nighttime. You can't see the ripples around the float. Seems like it stopped biting though. Up so far, we're not doing too bad. The common ghost carp alone, that's probably a 20, 30 silver fish. Still nibble. Still nibbling. I really need to invest in one of the glow in the dark floats for this. Here we go. We've got a mirror carp, I think. Yep. Hey, a double bottom fishing gain. All right. Slowly working our way to that 80% mark to be able to have spot and marker rods unlocked. Where's everybody else fishing at today? So right now I'm in, actually, let me go and hop over. We discussed using our own chat, but for now, since Canadian's going to create one, I'm going to head back over to MDog3. But since MDog's chats are going to be going away, apparently in the next like 24 hours or so, it's just a temporary thing. I'll definitely let everybody know where we migrate to after those are done on the next stream. So are there any larger fish species that go after float instead of bottom? Like I can't like I don't know, sturgeon maybe they tend to be near the top of the water rather than the bottom in real life. So I don't know what species in game might where it might be beneficial to prioritize a falcon over the ultralights. Okay, Canadian. I'll keep an eye out for that then, and um, barring any unforeseen circumstances, I'll stream tomorrow night and let everybody know where the channel is so we can all reconvene. I gotta figure out probably the first week of September. I'll plan another poll stream for hair color because the pink is washing out quite a bit. I mean, you can tell it's not as vivid as it used to be in this lighting, but in up close you can definitely see where there's been a lot of washout. So about time to start thinking about the next hair color. Get the carp to wake back up. Sleepyheads. So when you're going up fishing, Canadian, are there any particular fish you're going after up there in the territories? Lime green. Well, there'll be we'll have a poll. The way I do it is I'll do a special stream, Cappy, and it'll be a chat command you can input in the Twitch chat to cast your vote, and there'll be poll results on the screen, so we can see what everybody votes on. Now, what I need to decide is, do I disqualify pink since pink won last time, or do I leave it as an option again? Pike and walleye? Very nice. Because you got good leaders. Got a sleepy cat over here on the desk. Seems like right now this spot is active enough during the day, but nighttime they are sleeping. Hydrate up. And we'll give it about 10 more minutes, and then I'll do a stream pause to brew up the tea for the tea and pickles. So I saw in other fishing game news that I guess Fishing Planet's got some new system for pull-up mechanics on the rods. Their descriptions of it in their news post wasn't very clear what the difference of how it is now versus what it used to be is, but I wonder if it's similar to what they have on here or something. Because I remember using pull-up mechanics in that game when I played it a couple years ago, but I guess they're more. There's more to it now than there used to be, but still no real information as far as when or what level requirements there will be for their deep sea fish thing. That's kind of like the only reason I'm keeping up with the news for Fishing Planet right now, is that I'd be interested if the deep sea fishing this has got a multiplayer boat, if it's accessible to like low level players. It'd be a fun thing to do with some viewers to all get on the deep sea boat together and go watch each other fish for a once a week type of thing. But I'm sure it's probably going to be one of those things where it's like it's a new level cap increase and you have to grind your way all the way to the new end game, and I have zero interest in that. Not for Fishing Planet. So I've got 1,200 silver. I'm really tempted to go buy a nighttime float, but I guess I'll wait till I go to a different map because the tackle is more expensive here, isn't it? It's like a 10% upcharge or something along those lines. Well, we were getting plenty of fish during the day. This is just completely dropped off for nighttime. Guess I can throw some ground bait out there, see if that helps. Come on, carp. So anybody else been playing the new Baldur's Gate at all? It's been a real-time sync for me. I'm loving it. I'm doing single and multiplayer on there. Hey Bam, how you doing tonight? Out here waiting for the carp to wake back up at Amber. They were fairly active earlier. Still out at sea? Getting any good catches out there today? Here's what we've got so far here. This was in about 10-15 minutes during the daytime, so it wasn't too bad. It's just been dead once the sun set, though. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I've been seeing some pretty big king crab caught lately. So, and speaking of records, I actually got while we were on stream here earlier, got a telescopic body water record for USA here. Pull that up real quick. There we go. Little over 2 kilo on telescopic. That was a nice little catch. Not particularly huge for a bream itself, but for telescopic, always good. See, the problem with those getting those giant crab is that it just makes my mouth water and want some juicy steamed Alaskan king crab. Yeah, that's true. It's good XP ranking. Always nice. That's one thing that's really great about the telescopic, other than having fun with it. In the USA region especially, people just don't tend to do a lot of telescopic, so you'll end up just getting a lot of random water region and body water records for telescopic, and especially ultralight, just because there's not a lot of people doing it. Which is why we've still got our this little tiny black carp. This was something we caught on stream about a week ago, and we were making fun of it on stream because of how small it was. And then we see the message pop up that it was a region record for telescopic or for ultralight. And so, as much laughing as we did, we decided, okay, well, if that's the case, we gotta save up and mount it for a trophy wall. Find them outside those. So yeah, that's one thing that should be interesting when I eventually do the get back out to sea is trying some of the areas, like not the main holes, but around like the shoreline, stuff like that. I will say that in my second trip of my 3 trips I've had out there, or of the 3 trips I can have, I haven't had the third one yet, but on my second trip, I actually played around with the sonar to see if I could find some decent spots with it. I was actually having some pretty good luck utilizing it, which was pretty cool. Yeah, If you've already done all 3 trips, then you have to kind of just wait till level 34. I still think that it'd be neat for them to introduce a map around level 20 that was basically the Norwegian Sea just without the boat. So you could like do fishing from the shoreline from the same map. And that would give lower level players a way to experience the map some more and get some marine training while they work their way towards level 34. And I would think that by doing that, it wouldn't be a ton of development time to do. This thing's not quite taking it where I can set the hook yet. I do wonder if I need to get a better hook for this telescopic rod because it can be tricky to set the hook on these carp. There's a very narrow window to catch them. That one's already gave up on the bite. In fact, what I may actually do, see, one of these rods has a berserk on there, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Guess I'm not using the berserk right now. I think I may actually switch to that since it's got a higher star rating, so it should theoretically be a little easier to set the hook, although it's a size 1, so the bite rate will go down a bit, unfortunately. And we're back in happy hour. All right. Yeah, I think an earlier version of the sea would be great because people do really enjoy the Norwegian Sea fishing experience. And I know a lot of that does come from the boat, but I think if they had the option at a lower level to go out there and just fish from the shore, a lot of people would do that. And that would give them a way to get that marine skill up a little ahead of getting to 34 and be able to prioritize getting some saltwater resistant reels and stuff like that without having to wait till the end game. Oh, you're stuck in the water. So if you get stuck in a spot, there's a couple ways you can sometimes get out of it. One is that if you're able to cast a line out and then set it down, when you pick it back up, sometimes I would do it. And someone mentioned recently on one of my viewers said that while you're casting, you can, I guess, like snap back while you're casting, and sometimes that'll get you out of the stuck spot. But sometimes there are cases where you end up just having to relog. I know one spot in particular on Oldberg, the Eastern Bridge, there's a spot you can get stuck in, and I know that all too well because I've gotten stuck there while I fought a carp across the lake for like 10, 15 minutes. I ended up stepping into that hole. Get out of there. Good deal, good deal. Dang, Crowdslayer must have found a good rough spot. Just got like 3 chat marker roughs back to back. All right, wake back up, carp. Let me try throwing some mussel and garlic ground bait out there. I also still need to figure out as far as my skill points go. I'm probably going to end up, I want to get carp hair and carp pop-up rigs for float fishing invested, but unfortunately, like, I wonder, does anyone know if investing in these 2 rigs in float fishing also applies them in bottom fishing, since they both have those rig types? Because if so, that will definitely get me to prioritize investing points in those over the telescopic. Because I know, like with reels, that those go across different fishing types, but I don't know about the rig types. You don't think they do, Cappy? You know, it's one of those things where I don't want to try it out and find out that it doesn't. I'm hoping I find someone that maybe has invested in them already and is high enough in skill on both that they can verify that. Because if it does apply to both, then I think I'll go ahead and prioritize getting the points into those two rig types first, and then finish up the telescopic rod. Something decent on here might be like a 9 to 11 kilo carp, probably. Maybe even bigger. What do we got? Looks like a... might be a mirror, or might be... I think it's a mirror. Get back up out of the water, sucker. He got a good look at me and decided he didn't want anything to do with me, I guess. Yeah, it might be a leather. It did have some patterning on the side. These carp, it's hard to tell when they're in the water which one it is. So you can get their belly up out of there. Which, if it's a leather, that'll be the first leather I've caught here at Amber. The only other time I've caught leather was at Bear Lake. So that'd be pretty neat. Oh, Canadian, what you doing letting the fish get away now? Shame to yourself. Man, every time he pops up to the top of the water, he decides to fight again. Dirty tactics. For a tench? Ah. Well, at least it was bait and not a lure, right? Alright, this may be part of the problem. Let me drink some coffee here and get some energy back. I didn't run with the line for a second while I recover energy. I need to get around to upgrading the line for this reel because it's about 1 kilo load under what it could be. Which is definitely making me have to use my friction brake lower than it could be. Come on, coffee. Give me that energy. A little bit of tension on while I recover energy here, and then I'll go full bore on them. Almost there. I was like, something's going crazy on the other line as well. There, green energy. Now we're back in business. I don't know where Trout Slayer on the in-game chat's at right now, but he is pulling in trout, or not trout, marker fish left and right. They're rough and like crucian carp, but still he seems to have found a good spot. Let's see if we can get this to the top of the water and keep him there now. No more fighting for you, Mr. Carp. Here we go. He's a big one. Spazzing out there. Oh yeah, pretty big mirror carp there. And a bottom fishing game to go with it. Right. Now, is something on the other line, or did it give up? Nope. Looks like it was just a little bream. I don't know, a big gibble carp actually. Not too shabby. And now we've got a nibble on the telescopic. Go. Looks like a tiny mirror carp. Very tiny. 2 kilo. Could almost catch that on my ultralight. Come on, give me a spot to set down. Here we go. At least they're waking back up now. I'm happy about that. Another common carp. 3.3 kilo. They're up to a decent bit of fish. Should be a reasonably profitable night. So we'll give it 7 more minutes, and then we'll do the I'll go brew the tea for the pickles and tea cash-in that was made earlier. For those that aren't aware, that's a channel point system. As you're in and participate in the Twitch chat, you'll earn channel points, and one of the rewards for a lot of points is pickles and tea, where I'll drink some tea and eat a pickle on camera for everyone. It's a little fun little thing to make fun of the fact that our in-game fisherman pretty much sustains himself on pickles and tea. Although for some reason Canadians up there consuming fresh milk, that's not tea. What are you doing? Got another nibble on the telescopic. Getting a pretty decent bite rate on it tonight. Gotta make more. That reminds me, I need to get the coffee press thing, the service or whatever it is, and start making my own coffee as well. Hey, Hiko, how's it going? Out here at Amber, have a pretty decent little night with carp. What are you up to? I don't think this being bit anymore. Let's go here. Oh, nice. Got a new graphics card update. Oh, that's a rabbit hole to go down there. I've been taking apart and building PCs most of my life, and it's once you start messing with your first one, it's you never stop. Whatever's nibbling on this is... There we go. Now it's actually hitting hard enough to move the float. I'm just going to recast that. It's got to be some little like bream or something bothering it. Very nice. Hey, every upgrade counts at the end. Now, what gets more challenging is if you get to where you have to start soldering parts on the board. That's the heavy duty stuff right there. At least they've made newer operating systems much better at detecting new hardware. I remember back in the day, installing a new graphics card specifically was a pain in the butt because you had to like do a whole lot of setup through the BIOS and everything just to get your operating system up and running again. Or I guess not up and running, but to where you could actually see anything. Much easier nowadays. Got another mirror carp, it looks like. Yeah, almost 5 kilo. Got something running with the other line too. Nothing wrong with modifying some pre-built stuff. That's the what I'm running on right now is actually a pre-built that I've changed a bunch of the hardware on. Yeah, make sure you get all the latest drivers and all that stuff too. That'll definitely be an important factor there. What do we got here? Looks like a little common carp. Yep. Exactly 6,000 XP for it. Yeah, the bite rate at this spot's been really good during the daytime. Pretty much dead at night though. Oh, No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky is an interesting one because it's not particularly optimized. So even though it's an older game, like even newer graphics cards can sometimes have some weird issues with it. Can't tell if it's the wind moving the float right now or a fish. I assume it's the wind because I don't see any ripples. Very nice. Sounds like it's a pretty good upgrade then. Still something just kind of toying with the telescopic there. I don't know what the deal is with it. I'm wondering if it's because of the hook being too big. I could put it back down to a 4. We got a barbel. Yeah, not too bad. Almost 1.5 kilo. Just toying with the bait. And by the way, Hiko, we're going to, I don't know if you have seen, but M-Dog's going to be removing his in-game chat channels in the next day or so. So once he does that, Canadian's going to be making a channel, and he's going to let me know what that channel name is. And on the next stream, should be barring any unforeseen circumstances, probably tomorrow night, I'll let everyone know, and we can sort of migrate over there on the in-game chat to keep up with each other. Oh, I destroyed a monitor. That sucks. That's one thing, especially like modern monitors, like the LEDs and LCD, plasma, all those OLED. The problem with them is that if a pixel dies or something breaks, it's just dead. Where like old CRTs, you could usually sort of go Frankenstein's monster on them and get them repaired. But the modern ones are like so much of modern technology, it's made to be replaced, not repaired. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're getting the fish on. Looks like a common carp. Not bad, a little over 3 kilo. One of the funniest PC stories I've experienced way back when I was in school. We had a special class in our school my senior year that was structured around earning the A plus certification, which is an IT certification for IT specialization. And one of the projects in that class was putting all the parts together and building a computer from scratch. And one of the teams that was unfortunately, it was an elective that a bunch of people kind of got forced into that had no place being around computers. But one of the groups put theirs together and turned it on, and the whole thing started smoking. Apparently, they'd miswired something. The disk drive just went on crazy spin mode and lit up. Pretty fun to watch that. Oh, that's rough, Cappy. But at the end of the day, I guess, a new graphics card won't do much for you if you don't have a monitor to watch the graphics on, right? So what is going on with my foot? I didn't adjust the depth, but it's suddenly acting like it's in a much deeper hole. There we go. That's more like it. At least graphics card has come down a little bit in price compared to what they were the past 2 or 3 years from all the crypto miners buying them all up. Those were some ridiculous prices. Pay like $2,500 for a mid-range graphics card. Oh. I'll tell you though, there is still something like if you have an old CRT monitor lying around, those are worth keeping because there are niche uses for those still. Like for retro gaming, for example, you're playing like an old NES or SNES or something like that. You want an old CRT television or monitor because the processing on them it has like some input lag, which you can definitely notice on those old games. I've got several CRTs I keep around for that very purpose. The TV technology that I wish hadn't gone the wayside is DLP. Those had a really crisp, clear image, and unlike LED, OLED, all these pixel-based ones, they were ones where you could repair. Usually, a bulb goes out, or the DLP mirror dies out, and the color wheel, something like that. They're all replaceable parts, so it's not like once it dies, the whole set's useless. Whereas these new TVs, you get an expensive television set, and after a few years, it's going to be no good. There's no like replacing parts on it to keep it going longer, which is unfortunate. And the DLP technology, I mean, that's what they use for like IMAXs and everything too. So it definitely like produces a quality image. And it's a shame that they are phased out at this point for the streamlined, easy to produce LCDs and all that. Looks like the bite rate's back to a little bit died down here. Not doing too shabby though. It's a decent little profit we've got. And in about in a few minutes here, we're going to pause for a few minutes to go. I'm going to brew some tea for the tea and pickles channel cash in reward that Canadian cashed in a little bit earlier in the stream. Oof, processor burnout's that's a rough one there. Those can sometimes be hard to come back from as well if they cause a burn in the motherboard. I think we're going to go ahead and bring the lines in here. Since I am in happy hour, I don't want to waste the happy hour time while I do the tea brews, so I'm going to move it over to the intermission screen and temporarily log out for it. But I'll roll an ad break during that so we can kill two birds with one stone. It should take me about 4 or 5 minutes to get the tea brewed up. Get up here and I'll get ready to log out here. So you guys can stick around. I'll be back in just a few minutes again for the tea and pickles cash in for Canadian. And in the meantime, go ahead and kick up an ad break while I'm gone, and I will see everyone in a few minutes. All right, I'm back. Got the tea brewed up here. Tonight's tea that I brewed for this is a raspberry pomegranate green tea. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is a channel point reward cash in. The Canadian cashed in, so it's a few thousand channel point rewards that you can earn just from participating in the chat. And that reward gets me to have some tea and pickles on screen, just to go in with the theme of our Russian fishermen always having tea and pickles. And in addition to it being tea and pickles, I have a little bit of a special surprise here. It's going to look a little bit weird because of the green screen chroma key action here, but the channel or the store that you see advertised on the channel with my merchandise, this is one of the mugs from that has some artwork that I made. Try to get it to focus on the camera here. Yeah, it's a little bit weird because of the chroma key. Back a little bit. That is the bath time kitty mug. There we go. It's a little artwork that's just like a cat in a tub with a bunch of candles and stuff. It's based on a cat of mine that unfortunately passed away recently. But if you're interested in some artwork, it has shirts, mugs, towels, all that kind of stuff. Got some different artwork on there. But with any further ado, let's get to the pickles and tea. We got the pickle here, and do the customary dipping of it into the tea for the first bite. Pomegranate and raspberry with pickle. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Might even say it's pretty good. Appreciate that, Canadian. And there's you can also get it where the artwork takes up the entirety of the mug instead of just a small portion as well. You are interested in any of those? That takes care of the pickle. Now for a sip of tea, and then I'll have to let the tea cool down, so I'm going to drink some more. Good crunchy pickle. Ooh, it's hot, but delicious. Nothing like a good cup of tea and pickle to get you in the mood for some fishing. So let's get back to our spot and catch some more carp. Appreciate the support as always, Canadian. Eat a lemon. You know, honestly, I'm one of those weirdos that actually likes the taste of just like biting into a lemon. Lime, not so much, but I can definitely get down with gnawing on some lemons. All right, here we go. Let's bring out Carpzilla. And again, that mug, once I get the lines in the water here, I'll try to get back on camera to focus to show off the artwork. In case you're interested, you can get them up in the merch shop. It's a little hard because the mug is a little toasty right now, so they just poured boiling water in it. So holding it in a way that doesn't hurt, it's a little difficult. This mug back in view here. The bath time kitty artwork on display. Again, it's a little weird because of the chroma key, but they are pretty good quality mugs. It's all third-party manufacturer. I don't know what the exact manufacturer is, but you can just have them shipped to your door and all done through that. Go and get some more ground bait out there as well while I'm thinking about it. Here we go. Hey, nice, Hiko. Nice to hear that it's working. That's all that matters. The good thing about GPUs is at least the operating system doesn't hog all the resources on those. That's become a big problem lately with RAM especially. like Windows 10, Windows 11, like they've gotten to where they'll use around 6 or 7 gigabytes just for the operating system now. You throw in an open browser, and all of a sudden you're at like 12 gigabytes of RAM used up. It's ridiculous. Well, maybe you could double check on the power supply. You may be okay on without having to upgrade those. Sometimes they do all right, even if you're technically over the wattage. But if you get a beefy CPU, then definitely. One day I'd love to get a one of those 64 physical core thread rippers for one of my servers. But man, those things, those are like $3,500 for the processor. It's crazy. Yeah, I hear you there. It's the beefier your graphics card, the more power it uses up. And then you end up with not just the cost of the power supply itself, but the amount of power it's using while you run it, so your power bill goes up. Oh, now everything running exceptionally and smoother. You know, it's an upgrade. It's always nice. Hey, Arbash, what's going on? Hear my cat complaining somewhere. Barbie Girl? You want me to sing Barbie Girl? Oh, boy, I don't know about that. If I can get, I'll tell you what. If I can get some bit shears, I'll sing a little bit of it. I don't know the lyrics of the whole song. I just know that main starting hook. We can get that. I'll do some. Macaroons filled with Nutella, soaked in coffee, covered in coconut. Very nice. Personally, I'm not a huge macaroon fan myself, just because the cream filling, the mascarpone or whatever it's called. For some reason, I don't enjoy the taste of that, but still sounds like it was a delicious little dessert, especially homemade. All good, Arbash. Welcome to the stream. By the way, those that aren't seeing this, Arbash is chatting in the in-game chat right now, talking about the one see me sing Barbie Girl on stream. Called Amaretti in Italian or Italy, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think there is a difference between Amaretti and macaroons. Not 100% certain on that, but I think there is there's a different presentation to them. Yeah, it's weird. Like France is known as like the best cuisine out there, but weirdly, I'm not a fan of most French cuisine. Like I love a lot of food from all different parts of the world, especially like one of my favorites is Moroccan food. I think it's amazing, all the different spices they use. But something about most French food, I just not a huge fan of. I appreciate the follow there, Bring Slayer. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, like with like French pastas, the way their meats are served, their desserts. There's just something about French food that I've never had the taste for. Colbignac? Haven't heard of that. I'll look that up. Born in Morocco? Croatian dish. Okay, so I've had some Croatian food and I did enjoy it. A lot of the various Eastern European and outer Mediterranean stuff I've enjoyed a lot. It's kind of what the Moroccan is as well. So I'll definitely check that. We do have a couple Croatian places around here. Or I guess I shouldn't say they're not specifically Croatian, but they're just like they've got Romanian and stuff like that. Oh, you like the new Barbie Girl cover from the movie, do you? I'm an old Aqua purist myself. The just the style of the classic ones just hits the right beats. That makes sense. They're all from that same region, and not a huge difference in the, I guess, the types of spices and stuff available. So it makes sense that they're all pretty similar. Good food though. Yeah, Moroccan I really like because it takes kind of like what I really like in Mediterranean food and what I really like in like Indian and Pakistani foods and combines them. Got a bite on this one. See what we got. Gonna take the hook there, buddy. Come on. You can do it, Mr. Carp. I believe in you. I haven't had so Irish food. I haven't had enough of. I know I've had some. I missed it. I've had some snacks imported from Ireland that I really enjoyed. But I feel like when Americans try to do Irish, they tend to just make shepherd's pie and say that's all we know. Oh yeah, so yeah, that amaretto definitely sounds like it's got a lot more to it than a typical macaroon. Don't feel bad, Brim Slayer. I honestly, I just hit 60% bottom fishing. Let me recast this. I just hit 60% bottom fishing not that long ago at level. It was actually level 26, I think, when I hit it. It's a slog. You'll get there. I think what made it challenging for me is I end up spending a lot of time trolling because it was so good for silver that my bottom and float fishing got neglected for quite a while. So with that being said, with the amaretto, have you ever had what's it? Let me think of the name of it. It's a Central American snack. Oh, what is it called? Because it's made similar. It's made from like almond flour and stuff like that. It's why can't I remember the name of that? I'll have to to think about it for a minute. It's delicious. I just can't remember the name of it, but it's like an almond flour made with mixed with like butter and stuff like that. It's kind of like a mix between a candy and a pastry. It's really good. All right, there's another bottom fishing gang. Speaking of bottom fishing skill, a little 5.2 kilo mirror carp. Nighttime hasn't been too fruitful at this spot though. Daytime's been all right. I've got about 1,200 silver right now. I'm saving up. I'm still deciding between either getting a second Falcon telescopic for more carp fishing with telescopic or upgrading my 2 ultralight telescopic rods. Yeah, I'll have to, I'll look, once I recast this, I'll look it up, see if I can find the name of it. It's very delicious if you ever come across them. So this one may actually, it's popular in South America. It may be of Spanish or Portuguese origin, so it might be a little more common. But let me look it up real quick, see if I can let you know what the name of that is. Let's see. It is a. Come on, Google, don't let me down. That didn't find it for me. Try another search here. Marzipan, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's like made from almond flour and butter and stuff. It's like they usually come in like a log that's been cut into little discs, but it is really tasty. Yeah, so because of there's been some apparently some harassment and stuff on his channels, he's going to close them down. He's going to like create one that he turns on and off when he's streaming. But with those channels going away, I want to find a new home for us in the in-game chat. Canadian's going to be making a channel once MDog takes this down, which is supposed to be sometime tomorrow. And Canadian will let me know what that channel name is. And on stream tomorrow, I will share that with everyone. And we can migrate over there so we can still have a place where we can all chat with each other and see announcements and stuff like that. It looks like whatever was nibbling that gave up, so we'll take whatever's on here. Oh, a tench. Not a bad tench either, 2 kilo. Okay, so you do some stuff with marzipan. Yeah, it's I love that stuff. I don't think it's the most healthy of snacks, but sure is tasty. Ah. Again, tonight's tea is a raspberry pomegranate green tea, brewed up for Canadians' tea and pickles cash-in. So I mentioned this on a stream a couple of weeks ago, but where I'm at, we had this invasive spider species that was accidentally brought over here inside of a shipping container, and they've kind of just taken over the state, and they're alive from like basically August through October, and they started popping up all over the place for this year already. And I noticed outside my garage today, one of the webs of them had a lizard caught in it. They are an obnoxious spider species. Joro spiders, they're called. Ooh, Tuzzetti with almonds or whole hazelnuts inside. Sounds pretty tasty. Yeah, I always challenge people when it comes to everyone saying France is the best cuisine in the world. I'm like, okay, it's not even the best in Europe. You can go over there to Italy. They got much better cuisine. Now, Britain, I don't know what's going on there. You know, no disrespect to folks of the UK, but you guys got some weird, not spiced enough food. I don't know if the American Revolution ended up having all the Americans take your spices from you or what, but you guys got to start spicing it up a bit. Ah, nighttime. Such a great catch rate. Well, we got 24 fish caught so far. Not too bad at all. I mean, this one alone, anytime you get one of the ghost carp, that's money in the bank right there. Now, I will say one European staple that I'm not on board with is mineral water. I know that's huge over there. It's been taking off here in the States in recent years as well, but I don't know, I have my taste buds are very sensitive to the taste of the carbonation in it, so I've never been able to get down with mineral water. I guess maybe if it's like flavored heavily enough, it's probably be okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty much is just like glorified almond flour that's been had an additive to stick it together. So I can see it being used as a generic flour as well. Speaking of things in Italy, I know it's. I'm sure it probably won't happen, but I've been enjoying at least the memes that come up where Elon Musk and has been trying to get a an MMA match with Mark Zuckerberg at the Roman Coliseum. Been fun memes to watch occur. That's one of the cool things about Europe is you guys have so much old, like centuries old or even millennia old architecture and locations. That's really cool to see preserved. America just hasn't been around long enough to have old cool architecture like that. We were kind of founded when things became more simplified and not cool to say, to put it nicely. So all of our even our oldest buildings are pretty boring looking. Yeah, like I can't see the historical societies and stuff allowing an actual match in the Coliseum. Fun memes though. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Looks like another decent bream. Oh yeah, 1 kilo. So did I got this size one hook on here. It's been doing all right. I wonder if it's a little too big, but doing okay so far. Oh, you're a trout slayer? Okay, yeah, I was remarking earlier. Been catching. Looks like you've been catching a lot of rough and crucian carp back to back. Nice catch on the rough there. Travis Scott at the Circo Massimo. Very nice. Italy definitely has the monopoly on operas as well. It's like there's like two major operas that aren't in Italian. Something planned with this line. Doesn't look like it's taken it quite yet though. Oh, what is going on with the float here today? It's been sitting deeper than usual, even though it's the normal depth setting I've been using. Odd. Fish on? No, okay. Let me make sure it wasn't some small fish that got on there. So other European countries that I've never had any cuisine from is Portugal. I don't know what Portuguese food is like. Yeah, that's there's a lot of places like that where they're built around tourism, but unfortunately, it also means that the locals' standards of living isn't always the best. Something was nibbling on this. Nighttime, it's hard to tell if it's still nibbling or not. Looks like it is though. There we go. Looks like we've got another bream. Small one though. Yep, not even 800 grams. Taking my expensive bait. Worthless bream. Oh. Doesn't sound like a fun school trip there. Another bite already. Ah, I missed it. Although as long as no one was hurt, I guess it gives some fun memories. I am at Amber Lake, 4133. It's a little dock right here by town. Technically, like the general clip of this spot is around 15 meters, but I just try to cast out about as far as I can with the telescopic, which is probably like 13 meters or so. And I've got a whole variety of baits on. See, on the telescopic, I am using mussels and fruit sinking boilie with a mussel dip. And on my bottom rods, one of them has sinking and pop-up mussels and fruit with tuna with a squid and fish mix, which I don't think, actually this one I probably need to change out because I don't think I've caught anything on that rod yet tonight. And then this one has been kind of the MVP so far tonight is a pellet of pepper and mussel, and then crab and mussel dip. It's not too great during the nighttime, but daytime it's been pretty decent. I'm gonna try, let me see if I need to increase this just a bit, see if that fixes what's been going on with the float sinking too low. Yeah, that's weird. Haven't changed the depth setting, but suddenly today it's acting like it's deeper than usual. Yeah, those trophy rough, they I've had a few. They come at unexpected times. Usually I'll just be I'm typically not even trying to fish for them when I've gotten them on the line. Sneaky buggers. Got another nibble on the telly. Hopefully it'll be a nice juicy carp. Or at least something that's not going to play with it for 5 minutes. Come on. Give me an opportunity to set the hook. There. All right, here we go. Here we go. Looks like it is another bream, but it's a decent one. Almost 1.5 kilo. We did catch that bream earlier that was a U.S. body of water body record bream. Take a look at that again here. Telescopic, U.S. All right, there we are. A little 2 kilos. It's not a particularly big bream, but not enough people are fishing on telescopic here, so I'll take it. nice. You almost got the HSV. Very cool. Oh, this little tiny common carp there. It is a nice feeling when you get your first HSV. That's what I've got on this rod here. Although Adriatica is still the best reel. One day, we're going to have my Adriatica buried at sea. Commander 2. Actually, I've never seen the Commander 2 brought up. I had, when I was saving up for my HSV, I kept getting impatient, so I got the Alpha here and also one of the Titan reels, which they do decently. Certainly not as future-proofed as the HSV, but just when you're saving up for your first HSV, it's just so much to save up for. And then you have to get the rods and the line that go with it. It's like, oh, so expensive. Come back here, carp. Dude, my pad did look up at the sky trick to net them. There we go. Hey, a float fishing gang. Happily take that. Slow crawl to 80% float fishing so I can use sandwich baits. Very nice. I wish that more reels had upgrade options for the friction brakes and stuff, because that was one of my favorite things about the Adriatica, was that if you're willing to invest in the upgrades for it, you could essentially make a Saber reel for half the price. It's really cool. Granted, I mean, when it comes time to do repairs, you have to do a full replace, so you're paying that all over again, just about, but it's still a neat system that I don't think they have enough reels to take advantage of. Got another nibbler here. See movement on one of the bottom lines as well. Looks like we've got another decent bream. Oh no, it's a tiny common carp. Okay. That really looked like a bream at first. All these 2 kilo common carp. I need some big linear ghost carp. That's what I want. We got a 2 kilo bream on the wrong bait. I think the bream would say there's no such thing as the wrong bait. Another small one. Common carp. I don't know, looks like a mirror, tiny mirror. Yep. Where's my big fish at? Getting all the babies now. Seen some weird movement in the line on this rod. Let me check to see if there's a small fish on it. No. It was just the wind blowing it in a weird way or something. We're at 342,000 roughly of 1.9 million for the next level up. Not too bad. We're getting through it quickly. The nice thing out here is that occasionally you'll get one of those rare species carp that's worth like 100,000 XP. There goes happy hour. Some pickles here. Getting closer for me to time to go get some more stuff to make more pickles. Do that during happy hour to try to get some more skill gains. So those of you that have been fishing in the Norwegian Sea a lot, take it easy, Cappy. We'll see you next time. Have a good night over there. Those of you fishing the Norwegian Sea, have you found areas where you can catch saithe and mackerel and stuff like that within like a 5-meter depth? Because I'm really curious how effective telescopic fishing from the boat will be out there. Appreciate it. Always good having you around, Cappy. Carp are nibbling so gently today. It's everyone doing offshore. Okay, that makes sense. I know when I was out there a couple times, I was catching some stuff within like 15-meter depth from the boat. I'll definitely, once I go out there, I'll certainly give it a try. I'm actually not even sure what the max depth you can set a float rig is. See this one go up? Nope, still going. The patience. Now I think it gave up. Wait. Picky carp. Don't worry, I'll find a way to catch us some poor beagle on a telescopic though. We'll make it happen. Whatever this is still lightly nibbling. This is where I'm thinking that the size 1 hook may just be too big for this. I need to stick with the size 4. Oh, appreciate the cucumbers there, Trout. We go through a lot of them here. Still just nibbling away. What is going on here? Just take the hook. Or recast it. Snooze, you lose, carp. Well, I'll ask again in case maybe someone here is experienced with this. I'm trying to find out if float fishing has carp hair pop-up rig and the classic carp hair rig. Do these work similar to something like the spinning reel, where investing points in float fishing applies to the bottom fishing equivalents, or are they completely separate things you have to invest points into both? Because that's kind of going to be what determines where I put my next few points at. Another small fish on. Another tiny mirror. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus, that they're probably separate. Haven't had a definitive yes or no for certain, but that is the consensus. It's probably separate, which is a shame because they are the same rig type. But if that is the case, then I'll probably go ahead and finish up the telescopic rod fishing and points in those first. But I don't know. I kind of do want points in all of them. We're getting nothing but baby carp now. What's the deal? Another tiny one. Stretch time. All right. Get a good vertical stretch, a little side to side action here. Oh, yeah. Good stretch. Good stretch. Gotta keep those muscles from cramping up. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm still leaning towards taking points back out of spin fishing to reinvest them into float and bottom fishing. It's a hard thing to stomach just because trolling is so productive. We'll have to see. There we go. Got a bite on line 3. All right, take it easy, bream slayer / trout slayer. Have a good one. Thanks for coming along. There we go. Well, at least it's a little bigger than the last few, but still not terribly big. Mirror carp, it looks like. Maybe leather. Oh, it's a frame sided. Okay. 5.5. They got such a weird hump to them right there. Got something going at the float here. Ah, pulled up too soon. We're up to not too bad, 36 fish. As far as our XP towards the next level, we are at 1.5 million to go, just over. Ooh, all right. So I went a little crazy on the float there. What is this? Really, that little tiny fish dragged it all that way? Okay. 1.6 kilo mirror carp that apparently had a little jet engine attached to its butt. 150. So, you know, I've done that before at Quarry, but, you know, trolling Quarry, you can fill up 150 fish pretty quickly. When I say pretty quickly, it's like within 2 hours, but I have done that before. Another one that kind of just hooked itself on there. What's going on? Got some angry biters now. They went from just nibbling for an hour to running off with it. A little bit better mirror carp that time, at least. Still not a chat marker, though. Should be a decent profit tonight. I don't have a Discord for viewers right now. I've kind of just been using Gustav's and M-Dog's Discord. Community's still a little bit too small to try and set one of those up for everybody, but as the community grows, it's definitely something on my list to do. Like follow me on here on Twitter as well. I guess X now is the name of it, but I always post on there if I'm about to stream as well. I'll certainly look into setting up a Discord as the community grows for everyone. There we go. Got another bite. Looks like we've got another small mirror carp. All right. And all the baddest. There we go. There we go. 2.3 kilo. Oh no, used up the last of that bait. I think that's probably a good time to start heading to turn the fish in. That is the, what is this, the mussels and fruit, so I need to buy some more of that. Looks like I'm running low on these ones as well. This is the pepper and mussels 14 and crab and mussel 15 soluble. Okay, so let me restock those and see how much money we made today. Got about, I think it was about 200,000 XP from the beginning of the stream, which is pretty nice. All right, baits here. Mussel. We've got crab and mussel soluble. Got a little packet of those. Mussels and fruit. Pack of those. And pepper mussel. Packet of those. Oh, appreciate that, Canadian. Now we've got plenty to work with. Do we have any cafe orders we can fill? Ooh, hey, that tinge we caught qualifies for that, but I may actually check, because that's a fairly large tinge. Let me make sure that's not worth more than 12 silver by itself. It probably isn't, but looks like that is the only one we could potentially be using. So that was 12 silver for the tinge. By itself, it is worth, well, it's worth 2 silver more than the tinge by itself, but it's more. So we'll go ahead and take our usual, how much do we think we've got in here? I'm going to guess I'm gonna go with 177, 280 from Canadian. Our total is 213. All right, well, not too shabby. I'm going to take these off of there. So, not a bad day, not a great day, but still over 100 silver an hour. XP was decent. Didn't get much in the way of skill gains. We got what, like 0.3 in bottom and 0.1 in float fishing. Wasn't spectacular. Go ahead and trade these in. That's not the cafe. What am I doing? So we're almost back up to 1,400 silver. Appreciate the Canadian. Go and do our end of stream scoop up here, so you can get all three at once. And we got 2 of 3. Not terrible. So we'll go ahead and wrap things up there. So yeah, we'll get the Canadian's going to set up the new in-game chat channel. He's going to let me know what the details for that is. So on tomorrow's stream and on Twitter/X, I'll put on there, so or I'll announce when that stream is, and on the stream I'll share the details of that channel. We can all reconvene there once M-Dog's channel is put in the ground tomorrow. Be a shame to see it go. It was a pretty big community, but we can all still keep in touch with each other that way. And other than that, hope everyone's week gets off to a good start. Everybody has some good fishing, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for coming along, folks.